Hey there! Today I want to talk to you about the first step in making your abs in the kitchen. And really what I mean by making your abs in the kitchen is referring to your whole body. So you can sculpt your body the way you want. You can get the body composition that you want to have. But you can't just rely on fitness for this. You have to focus on being a little strategic in the kitchen and eating the right way. And this will cause the difference for you between looking good in clothes and looking good in a bathing suit. So the very first step, the very first thing that I want to tell you about is the idea that a calorie is not a calorie. So if you've ever dieted, used Weight Watchers, calorie counting, that kind of thing, then you're probably really familiar with the concept that a calorie is a calorie. So calories in, calories out, you can do all these calculations and figure out how many calories you can eat in a day and lose a certain number of pounds a week or whatever your goal is. And this will work to a certain point. I know people who have had success in losing weight from doing calorie counting and tracking online or going to Weight Watchers. But in my opinion, this is only going to take you so far. If you want to look great in a bathing suit and you want to be defined and cut or just have the shape that you want and get some muscle definition, then you have to be strategic. So a calorie is not a calorie. And if you think about this in terms of metabolism, we always think that what we should have is the fastest metabolism possible because we think of it as something that's burning, and if we have a faster metabolism then we can eat more and not gain weight. Well, metabolism is really the sum of all the processes that take place in the cells in your body. So if you think about it this way, when you introduce foods into your body that have toxins, chemicals, artificial ingredients, things like that, then your cells have to deal with that gunk first and focus on digestion. So instead of eating food, you're eating foreign objects. And your body has to pick through those foreign objects, break them down, and try and find some nutrition in them so that your body can be healthy. And so one of the baseline things you can do is unload your cells from having to deal with all that gunk. And if you unload your cells, then your cells can be more efficient and your furnace will be more efficient if you're going to think of metabolism in terms of burning. But basically it's easier to have energy, feel good, and be at a weight that you want to be. So, especially in terms of toxins, because your cells will often store toxins, especially fat cells. And once the toxins are stored in your cells, it makes it more difficult to lose fat, to burn fat as fuel. And the toxins just sort of bog everything down. Now I'm making this really simple because I don't think it's necessary to go into the scientific aspect of it, because what I really want to do is just tell you what you need to do. So here's your action steps. Unload your cells. Take out the gunk. Take out anything in your kitchen or any food that you eat or drink that has high fructose corn syrup or anything hydrogenated in it or partially hydrogenated. And if you look at an ingredient list and it has more than 5 ingredients, try and stay away from it. If it has 5 or fewer, then it's still processed maybe it's cereal or something like that, but it is minimally processed. They can't add too much junk to something if it only has 5 ingredients. And then after that, try to eliminate processed food in general as much as you possibly can. And then on the other side, you need to think about the source of the foods you're eating. So for produce, buy organic produce for the Dirty Dozen. I'll provide a link to the Dirty Dozen list. These are the produce items that hold on to the most pesticide residue. And if you're trying to save money, you can buy the conventional version of the Clean 15 produce items. For meat, buy organic grass-fed. Not only are you getting more nutrients, but you're also not getting the gunk that's in the conventionally raised animal products. Farm eggs, they have more nutrients and they don't have the gunk. And milk, buy organic milk. That's lacking hormones and antibiotics, and it's got more nutrition in it. So the term I like to use to cover all of this is if you focus on eating true food nutrients. So true food is anything that's an actual food. It's not a manufactured food or a hyped up kind of sped up grown animal type of food that's been medically treated to an excessive extent. Then you're unloading your cells. And the nutrient aspect of it is that you're getting pure nutrients, not synthetic nutrients. You're getting nutrients that are packaged in the way nature intended for it to be. So if you're eating grass-fed meat, then the cows have munched on the grass and they've gotten the nutrients from the grass, and then you get the nutrients from the grass, because you probably don't want to eat grass. But that's the bottom line. So that's what you need to do. True food nutrients, unload your cells, take out the gunk, and add in some quality sources of animal products, aged cheeses, and things like that. You've unloaded the gunk, increased your nutrient content, your cells will run more efficiently, your digestion will run more efficiently, and then your metabolism will be sped up. You'll probably feel like you have a little bit more energy as well. And so if you start doing that now, it's one step. And maybe it's harder than it sounds. I make it sound like it's really simple. I know it's a big deal to have to make those changes for some people, but if you just focus on a couple things, like I said, the high fructose corn syrup, the hydrogenated oils, take those out, and then buy the Dirty Dozen in the organic form. Start there. Focus on, at the beginning of your day, thinking of how you can add more nutrient quality into your day. How can you get more nutrients than you were before? Don't try and be perfect, but start there, and next time I'll talk about the next step in making your abs in the kitchen. See you later.